This isn't your Roscoe Pico train back from the day. This is the new Gen 4 Roscoe with an awesome bike bag. Let's get on topic. Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Get Out Arizona, and you are watching another great episode of Bike Showcase on Toolbox Topic. I'm joined once again by my co-host Brandon Van Leeuwen. Brandon, how the hell are you?
Doing good.
Nice. How was Flagstaff?
Nice and cool.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Like 84
It's funny
or
that
something
we were up there
like
at the
that.
same time.
Yeah,
It was beautiful. Chilly
Yeah.
at night. It's nice.
Yeah. Now I saw some of the photos that Brandon posted on Trek's Facebook, and it looked like they had a great time. It looked like the whole group was out there. And
Sounds like you had a nice time as well. How can you not?
I
How
did.
can one not?
Right? It's like, what is there to complain about? You got a brewery with great burgers right there, you know, in downtown. And then you got endless miles of trail. Something for everybody from, you know, black diamond, double black diamond, to
Everything.
awesome gravel roads for just that long 60,
Boy,
70 miles.
it's high up there, though. I was panting.
Mm-hmm. I was too.
Could not get my breath.
It was rough. Well, and I think the trails that were on, the starting elevation was 7,500 feet.
Yeah.
And then you just went up from there. So, yeah.
It's a fun place, though. Flagstaff, beautiful place.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And if you're in Arizona and you haven't been to Flagstaff, you're something wrong with you. It's like saying you've never been to Sedona. So go check it out. But, again, we're at Czech Bicycle Stores with West Phoenix with Brandon Van Leeuwen, my co-host, where the cool kids hang out, and me. And today, as I alluded to in the introduction, we are talking about the new Gen 4 Roscoe 8 that comes with this snazzy frame bag. I said bike bag. It's a frame bag, technically. And this has a very different geometry and feel than the Gen 3 Roscoe. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. This feels very awkward to me.
It is a whole new geo on this bike. It is a very long bike.
Yes.
That is for sure. They wanted to get a little bit better standover height compared to the last one, which they achieved with this particular one.
Absolutely.
While we're talking about the frame, a nice upgrade to this guy also is that now we can have a taller, more usable dropper post with the new frame design.
Yes.
Now, this limits the use of a second water bottle, but you know, take what you can.
Right. And I would say in 2025, now I can't speak for most people, I haven't used a water bottle in God knows how long, since Camelback was Camelback.
Yeah.
I mean, that just, you know, and now I use Osprey bags, but I don't know how many people actually use this for a water bottle cage anymore. I've seen people use it for other stuff, to hold like a dry pack or, you know, in my case, that range extender for a pedal assist or something. I have a couple bikes that have the frame bag from Rogue Panda, but I haven't used a water bottle. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. Is it a water bottle still something that you use in 2025, or do you repurpose these mounts for something else? So,
but it's nice to have these bikes back. Roscoe's were out of stock for a while as we were waiting for this gen to come out. This might be the bike that we got the most calls for in a very long time. This highly awaited bike to come out. I think it's gonna kill. I think it's gonna do really, really well.
Well, and for the longest time, the Marlin was this super popular model as far as that went. You had a great value proposition in that Marlin, but if you had the additional budget, you stepped up to the Roscoe.
Them up to the Roscoe. It's definitely more fun, more capable than the Marlin is. Obviously, you're going to pay a little more, but again, you got to pay to play. It's a nice bike.
You do, and it's got this great lava paint job. Lava. I could have got my hands
You can do a better
cleaner.
job on this because it's got lava.
Guys, how could you not think it was going to happen? So, all right, well, why don't I grab the camera?
Okay.
We'll do front to back. Or if you want to go back to front, we could do back to front this time and mix it up.
Let's do it.
And then, we'll get a great overview, including the weight and the price, and then we'll sum it up.
Cool.
All right, now I got to get my glasses. And even though Brandon doesn't have to, he's going to do a transition for us. So do the dance for me, baby. Come on, count it, Brandon.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
All right. Going from back to front this time, just to mix things up a little bit. It is a 2.9er frame on here. They do not recommend that you mix up the frame with a different size wheel in there. So don't think that
mullets.
You're not going to put a mullet on there. You're not going to put 27.5 on there. If you do, you're going to screw this bike up. Now, if you go down to the small size, you will get 27.5 front and back. But they recommend don't mix it up. Again, keep the bike stock wheel sizes so that the bike runs optimally. So we have, speaking of the wheels, we have line 30s on this guy. They are aluminum. Nice wheel, mated with a rapid drive hub. So you have a 108 points of engagement on the rear hub. Spacing back here is, of course, Boost 148 by 12.
Right.
And you do get the universal derailleur hanger, the UDH on there. So if you wanted to put a transmission on there, you could. Nice option. The drivetrain while back here is a 12-speed Shimano. This is the Deore M6100 12-speed. It is a 1051. And you've got the up front, you got a 30-tooth chainring on there, also Deore. It's a nice looking little chainring. It's not bad. 30-tooth. Going back to the frame. Also back here we have a 180 rotor on there.
Right in the rear, which is pretty standard for a
And it
bike
looks like we
this.
get a 2-pot or a 4-pot Deore brake caliper on there, which is nice. It's nice to see that some of these trail bikes are getting spec'd with some higher power brakes.
Now, Brandon, I remember back in the day, it was LX, XT, XTR. Where does Deore sit in that old school for old guys like me? And you're like, oh, it's got this Deore group.
Right.
What does this group equate to? Is it an LX?
So
It's certainly not XT.
no, it's one below XT.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to get anything
So this is
Between
equivalent
that.
to what the LX would be back in the day.
back in the day.
Okay,
right.
cool. Okay. And since Brandon and I are both over 50, we could say back in the day.
I know. They might still make some SLX. God, they change these things so much these days.
Right.
But I don't think there's SLX anymore. I think you go directly from Deore to XT, if I'm not mistaken.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Tires that we have on here, you get the Brevards Pro. I like how they put the tan wall with the lava. I think that looks nice.
It
I
does.
totally dig it. I've never ridden these guys, but they look kind of equivalent to an XR4, if you guys remember that. Kind of tread pattern. Might be a little more aggressive than XR4, but again, having not ridden them, I can't speak too much about them, but they look like they'll do the job very well for out here. I like a little more aggressive tire for our conditions.
Yeah.
And you can see nice tube shapes on here, a little asymmetrical on the rear triangle. Again, as we were speaking about before, it's more of a straight shot on the seat tube. So now you can run a longer drop seat post on there and get more out of it if you wish.
Now, what are they finding? Now, I see a lot of the bikes going to this geometry, not just Treks, but we see other, and it seems where Apple and Specialized both, or as Specialized, where Apple kind of leads that trend and paves the way, kind of giving riders or computer users, you know, hey, we didn't realize we needed it until that type of thing. Although Android's done it too. I shouldn't take any away from them. We see Trek and Specialized doing very similar things, where initially they'll release something new, people balk at it, but then realize, oh, it's actually good.
And then you'll see them fall. You see the competition
Everybody kinda
follow,
follow
whether it's
along.
Trek following Specialized or vice versa. Yeah.
Right. So now with Trek, what have they discovered, or what was the data that suggested, hey, let's do this design to offer a longer dropper with more travel? How is that benefiting riders? What's that real world translation?
Well, before we couldn't have if you didn't have the ability to put all the seat posts, like you see this one's bottomed out.
Right.
Before you couldn't bottom out, so you had to have a shorter drop to accommodate the seat post not going all the way in.
Okay.
So you may have only, this one probably was a 170 mil drop. You may have only been able to put on a similar bike maybe a 150 or a 125 because you couldn't get the seat post all the way down to the bottom. Now you can bottom out almost any seat post, dropper post,
Right.
and then use whatever drop you wish at that point. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
And if it doesn't make sense to you guys, make sure you comment down below, or you can follow the link that's in the description and you can give Brandon or one of his teammates a call.
Yep, very good. So coming back up forward on the frame, threaded bottom bracket, excellent choice. Easy maintenance, easy installation, and a nice strong bottom bracket on there. It's a normal, just a little Shimano type bottom bracket that threads in.
So now, is this a square taper threaded bottom bracket?
It'll be like an ISIS bottom bracket.
Okay.
It'll have that, or Octolink. That's not true at all. It's a, sorry, it's a two-piece crank.
Boop.
So your spindle's gonna go all the way through.
Right.
Through the bottom bracket, 24 millimeter spindle, and then it's just gonna, like all your high-end cranks from Shimano, you're gonna have these pinch bolts over here.
So it'd be kinda like
there's
a
no,
dub.
there's no bottom bracket spindle. They're just using the spindle that's mated to that crank arm.
Okay.
And of course, they gave you these horrible pedals, like I always
Yeah.
like to mention. So First thing you do, get rid of those pedals. They're
yeah.
awful. You're not going to like them.
Nope.
Frame on this guy is a platinum alloy.
Okay.
So it's our highest end aluminum on there, hydroform, of course. That's how we're getting all these nice sophisticated tube shapes on here. And the thing that's the elephant in the room is this new bag that they tend to put on, that they spec the bike with.
I'm not sold on that bag, dude.
I don't like any bags on my bike.
So
the nice thing that they did do on all these bikes, though, is that no matter what size you get, the bag is specifically designed for the sizing.
okay.
So they thought about that pretty good. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are going to dig it. But again, I don't like putting stuff on my bikes.
I think I'm just spoiled with a Rogue Panda, is what it is.
Or that. Exactly. Before we get too far, they put just a little Verse saddle on there with chromoly rails. It's not terrible. It's not the best.
But you'll probably want to replace that with the pedals.
Right.
Okay.
A nice thing that they did this year, I think a lot of people are having a problem with the armor on the bottom falling off because the last ones were just on with an adhesive.
Oh, geez.
Now they were bolted on.
Okay.
So easy replacement, and you're not going to lose that guy on the trail.
Right.
Those things were falling off all over the place before. Fourth generation Roscoe is going to give you more mounting points. If you remove the bag, you can have even more mounting points here if you want to do some bike packing with this.
Right.
Options for water bottle here or whatever accessories you wish.
Yeah.
On the bottom here,
We got one back
you'll
down
see
there.
we have Control Freak on there. So what that is you have your internally routed cables, which are now pre-routed, which is nice. Thank you very much for doing that. So it makes replacing brake cables and shift cables more convenient. And then you have that little guy right there. So what's going to do, it's going to hold on to all the cables so they don't make a racket while you're riding down the trail.
Yep.
Pretty nice.
No one likes
And
a
of course-
racket.
And of course, we're all internally routed on this guy as well, just to keep the look clean. Headset on there is, of course, a tapered headset. So it's a 1 1/8 to 1 1/2. This frame will also accommodate, if you wish, the changeable headset cups so that you can change the, what am I looking for? Like the rake of the
Angle
front
of the
fork.
rake,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it does it by like half a degree or something like that. Otherwise, we get a fairly standard cockpit on here. Needs a little bit to customize, a little bit to be desired. I think it's a little different that they put a riser bar on there.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen them put a stock riser bar on a bike in a very long time. It's not a very drastic rise yet. There's that riser bar on there. Cockpit, again, nice. They got these new grips on here. I kind of like them. They don't look that great, but I think they feel pretty good. I'm all about them. I think if I got this bike, I would stick with them for a little while.
Okay, well, there you have
And
it.
there you see your 12-speed 6100 Deore shifter. And with some basic Shimano brake levers as well. They're all right.
All right, let's talk about this front suspension.
Yeah, 150 millimeters of front suspension on here. This one is the Fork Rhythm. This is a 36 with a grip dampener on there. It's a nice fork. It's a high-end fork. I don't think I would want or need anything more than this one. It's great.
And what's the travel on this one?
150 millimeters.
150 millimeters.
Very raked out on the head tube, but like I was saying. So just for giggles, I went back to the geometry of the bike that I thought was the best riding bike I ever rode. That wheelbase is almost 9 inches shorter than this one.
Wow.
I noticed as soon as I got on this and did like the little test ride around the shop, it's too hot to ride outside. It's a very long bike. It feels kind of floppy in the front to me, but I'm sure the stability off-road is going to be increased with that. It's not the way I like my bike to feel, but I'm sure it'll be great for people that have not ridden bikes before and have no frame of reference. You're going to be, I think you'll be very happy with the way this one feels. 29 up front, nice big fat 203 rotor for stopping power with that same caliper that we saw in the back.
Yeah.
And with that line 30 aluminum wheel rim with the Bontrager front hub. And that may be about all I got to say about that.
Yeah, for this one, pretty cut and dry. Now,
It's
really
nice doing
quick.
a hardtail for once.
Yeah, right, because there's no other suspension to talk about. Let's talk about weight really quick, and let's talk about price, because these are two things that people are going to ask.
Right. So a medium large comes in just over 31 pounds, call it 31 pounds.
Okay.
They're all aluminum. We should also mention that there's also a Roscoe 7, one step below this guy in price point. one step below also in part spec as well.
Right.
And
what's
this
the price
guy's
on this
coming
one?
in. It's so new, I don't know how much it costs. It's $2,399.99.
There you go. So a little bit more than what they used to be, but as we move forward,
a lot of upgrades.
Yeah, a lot of upgrades from the previous generation.
Right. I think my favorite thing about this one is with the new geometry, it kind of looks like a custom frame that they would have built in the 90s.
Okay.
It kind of has that top tube,
right,
driving right into the seat stay, like an old mountain goat or something like that. That were a custom bike. So I think it's a little bit of a throwback, a little bit of a retro look in here, which is kind of cool. But
I thought you were going to call it a choppa.
But again, the length is something that I don't think that I would appreciate so much.
Yeah,
but
I tell you what, guys, if you get one of these and decide to throw ape hangers on it, you know, take a picture and send it to us. We'd love to see it.
She's a long girl.
Oh, yeah. So. Make it kind of look like a Vespa. Cool. All right, Brandon, transition us back so we can friggin' set up and do our closing. Yeah. Well, there you have it, my friends. The Gen 4 Roscoe 8, brand new here at Czech Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix. Now, I did like the Roscoe Hardtail, that Gen 3. Again, I'm kind of a curmudgeon with new things, and its geometry's throwing me off. Like Brandon said, that overall length of the bike. But I think it's going to be a winner for a lot of riders, especially having that Gen 7, Gen 8, 2 price points, depending on what your budget is, because budget is very important when we're picking out a new bike. And I think this is going to be a hit for somebody who maybe had that very base entry-level mountain bike, a Marlin type Gen, like a Marlin 5 or something, stepping up to this. They want to stay with a hardtail.
Upgrade.
Yep. They're not ready to go to something like maybe a Super Caliber or a Pro Caliber. This is going to really hit a great sweet spot. Or if you're traveling, if you have an RV or something like that, and you just want a couple bikes on the rack for you and your, you know, your gal pal, and just to tool around the campsite and everything like that, this is another great option because it's also very trail capable.
Absolutely.
As far as
it's going to be a hit.
Oh my God, it's got P&W dropper on there.
It does not.
Oh, it's got a P&W lever then.
No, it does not. Don't look at that. I know.
Okay.
We broke that one, so we had to put a P&W on there.
Okay, sorry,
in case
guys.
you saw that in the last one. That one got broken on install, so we replaced it with a P&W. It'll just come with a normal Bontrager.
Okay. I was getting excited.
Well,
I was still waiting for my P&W. Oh yeah, I'm still waiting for my P&W post to arrive. So, all right, so scratch that. So overall, I think this has a good value proposition for riders, whether again they're upgrading or whether they're just coming into it. And yeah, I think it's going to be another hit for Czech for sure. So, any final thoughts before we close out here?
No, that's about it.
All right, my friends. If you made it this far, God bless you. Like, subscribe, bell notification icon. Helps out the channel, helps out the video. It's one of the trifectas we love so much here at Get Out Arizona. Now, there's some links down below. Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix is the most important link out of all of them. Why? Because Brandon and his team are absolutely amazing. And if you have any questions, you're free to comment, or you can follow that link. Give them a call. If you're local, stop on by. All right, now remember, I don't work here. So if you come in expecting to see me, it ain't gonna happen. But I guarantee you, you won't be disappointed any other way. Our Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, the social media, the devil's work. It's necessary to get the word out about Get Out Arizona. We do group rides, we do group hikes. It's a whole lot of fun, my friends, and we're all about the community. So don't worry about it. Come out, hang out. We do the party pace, all right? And I'll always let you know the skill level of trail that we're riding. I'll never pull any punches like that. I'm surprised. I've heard some complaints from some people. Hey, I showed up, but they didn't tell me it was going to be like Black Diamond Trails, and I can't, you know. Yeah, that's not us. I let everybody know ahead of time so we can all enjoy ourselves. The Amazon link is an affiliate link. It's to our store. Now, you don't have to buy anything from our store, per se, but if you follow that link, when you make an Amazon purchase, we receive a small commission. You are not charged anything additional, and that helps us out with gas money, park pass money, and coffee money, the other trifecta we love so much here at Get Out Arizona. So it's a win-win for everybody. I want you guys to stay tuned because we have some merch and some tchotchkes coming up here in the next few weeks, okay? It's gonna be a whole lot of fun. And just take another opportunity to thank you for your support. Seriously, we've been doing the videos together, Brandon, for 4 years now. I've been coming to Trek for 8 years. It's been an absolutely amazing journey, and we have you to think about it, though, too, for your support along the way. So on that note, my friends, what do we always say? Be kind to yourself and others. Be amazing stewards out on that trail. And we have to ask, what are you waiting for?
Go to Flagstaff and Get Out Arizona.
There you go. Love it. And we'll see you on that next adventure. Take care, everybody. Brandon, we'll see you next week.
Oh, yeah.